Check this out. I got the new Citroën C3 electric version. This small SUV crossover is actually not too small for its price because it starts at 29,000 euros and it does offer quite a lot of things. It's actually one of the most affordable electric cars out there. So if you want to get your first car and you feel like you can't afford something very expensive, well, you can check this one out because it looks good. It has good performance and it's spacious. So take a look at the design here. Let's start from the exterior. You have the front over here. You have the badge. And then you have these nice grills here, the plastic grill. Doesn't look too different from its fuel combustion model, which you can also get. Then, of course, a little bit of grill. Interesting design. I mean, it's not too crazy, I guess. It's pretty nice. The front here looks really nice. You have this nice hood, and this one does not have the trunk. I mean, frunk. Basically, front trunk under the hood. Let's check out the side here. And you got these nice 17 inches wheels. They look pretty nice. And the door itself, you see this car is not too tall. 177 centimeters. It's not too tall, but it is quite spacious. It's quite windy here. And then you have this nice rear door. Interesting design over here. You have this orange plastic. And then you have the charging port over here. I'm going to talk about the charging very soon. For now, let's take a look at the back. Back looks interesting, I guess. It has this interesting shape. And you got the EC3 because it's electric. Parking sensors on this one. This is the highest trim. Doesn't cost too much, somewhere around 36,000 euros. And looks nice. And of course, you have an antenna. Not unlike many cars out there that actually have hidden their antenna in a very kind of like a boxy shape. Now this one is a naked antenna. And then it looks very nice. And we're going to actually talk about the trunk as well. So let's jump in and check the driver's seat real quick. See how it actually is. First, we're going to start off with the front interior here. It says "Be cool." It's kind of cool. Interesting. And then you have the mirror controls here. And you can actually fold the mirrors by pressing this. Now, the car is off, but you can fold it doing this. Have casual controls here. Easy to open and close the door. And the seat here has an interesting fabric and really cool design. And apologize for the things over there. I'll pick them up later. And the steering wheel is a nice Citroën steering wheel. You have this nice logo. And then you have the controls here. Again, missing buttons just like the Opel Frontera, which you should check out my video if you haven't. I have reviewed that car as well. Manual seat controls on the highest trim. This is the high, and then the basically more forward or backward from down here, and the back is over here, which I'm going to demonstrate in a second. So over there, as you can see, there's something actually back here. It's kind of difficult to demonstrate it, but that's the thing that you can push. Now I'm going to jump in the seat real quick to demonstrate it. Alright, so the seat is kind of comfortable. It is a bit uncomfortable if it's your first time sitting in this thing, because it will take some time for you to find the most comfortable position. I've only sat in this thing for almost half an hour, so I guess you get my point. And then it looks really nice. You have quite a lot of space here. The steering wheel is fine, and it doesn't cover. And cool thing is you actually do have a dash, which is over there. This is your dash. These are just basically nothing. You know, there's a plastic, interesting shape. That's your dash over there. It's kind of difficult to show it. If I can show it to you. The car is off, but I'm going to turn it on in a second just to demonstrate it. Now let's move on to the passenger side, so I can show you guys a better view. And just so you guys can see what I'm actually talking about. Just gonna move the things over here, free up some space. And this is what it looks like from the passenger side. You have these nice seats, as I mentioned earlier. You have this interesting fabric, some plastic here, USB-C charging. I'm not sure if you can actually use Android Auto on this one. And I'm a bit unsure. You have these nice vents, and you can close them like this. And then the glove box, not dampened. See, it's very loose. I don't know if it's only this one, but specifically, you have the climate control here. Cool. You have cup holders in the front, wireless charging, gear shifter, another USB-C over here, which is cool. And one of the coolest things, this armrest actually moves forward and backward, which is really cool. And if you want, you can open the center console here, have some space in there, and not too spacious, but I guess it is enough for what this car offers you. You have nice vents, and I'm actually going to show you guys what it looks like. The dash, I'm going to show you the key first. And this is kind of a surprising car because you actually turn the car on with this key, which you insert in here. So I can turn it on. And of course the radio is going to kick on as soon as you turn the car on. The car's not on, the ignition is on. You have a light up here with SOS and light for each side. The sun visor does not have a light. Not much to expect from this car that starts at a very cheap price. You have the climate control separately, and this one does change based on the trim. The little bit one step lower trim actually has dials that you can rotate. You have a radio that looks very similar to the Opel Frontera. I suggest you should check that car out too. It's actually very spacious and very cheap, but that one is a hybrid. And this one is in Swedish. You have navigation. The navigation is very smooth. Same thing with the Opel Frontera. Looks very similar to that one. It is extremely smooth for this car. And then you have the home. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And I am not sure if... Oh yeah, this one does have wireless Android Auto. I'm not sure about the Apple CarPlay. I think it is marked. And looking at the dash up here, you have a plastic feeling everywhere. Ooh, that was a blinker. You have an interesting thing over here. I'm not sure what this is. You want to put something here. And then the dash over there, which looks quite interesting. I'm going to show you guys. Kind of difficult because I don't really have crazy camera equipment. So there it is. This is the dash. It looks really cool. It kind of reminds you of the Honda Civic or the Toyota Prius where you have it there. But now you have it here. It's a very simple dash. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. Shows you a little bit of things. It is a bit complicated to figure out what's going on the dash. So it does take a bit of time to get used to it. Oops, that was the radio again. I clicked on something that turned the radio on. Don't worry about it. And then you have the cruise control, extra buttons as I mentioned, some extra space down here. I can fit a large bottle. And down where the pedals are looks normal, I guess, nothing too crazy. And anything else, I guess, this car doesn't have too much here. It is pretty good for its price. And of course the lock is here on many cars. And of course you have the window over here. Sorry, I mean the mirror. And a couple of lights up there that shows you about the seat belts. Airbag. Let's check out the rear seats. All right, check out the rear seat over here. Before we get in, let's just take a moment and take a look at what we actually have. The doors look pretty solid, normal. Nothing extremely crazy, I would say. Seats are the same as the front. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this thing. I'm just gonna fix the headrest, because it is very uncomfortable if you don't have the headrest properly. There you go. All right, so I'm 177 centimeters. I have a lot of room up here. This one is synced. I'm not really sure why. I actually have to take a look at the roof again, just see why this part is like lower and then it goes higher over here and then lowers again up there. Anyways, pretty nice. I do feel comfortable. I mean, my knees are touching the seat. And I'm not even that tall. But the good thing is this one is fabric, so you will feel comfortable, unlike many cars out there that use plastic, like Peugeot, for example. They use plastic, what you want to call it, covers on behind the seat. And then you have the pockets here, no adjustment for the seats, pretty usual in the new cars. And you have two USB-Cs here. If we jump onto the other side real quick, and it's starting to rain as well. It's kind of annoying when you have glasses and rain, it just doesn't work together. This seat belt, you have the ISOFIX seats here, you unzip it and you get it over there. 2 USB-Cs here, a 12-volt socket that you can also use. And it feels really nice back here. So we should check out the trunk to see how the trunk does. The trunk is not electrified. It's a manual trunk, and it's kind of rainy over here, so I'm gonna do this quick. You have some space for the charging cable. I mean, you don't have extra space. You do have a cover down here. Can you fit cables? No, you cannot. No space. The vents here, and then the trunk space is not too big as I was expecting, to be honest. It is around 54 centimeters long. See, the width over here is difficult to get it right. It's around 85 centimeters, and the thickness is, how deep it is around 22 centimeters deep. And of course you can fold the seats, but I'm not going to do that right now. I mean, I can fold one seat. Let me fold this one, and you have these things that you drag, and then you just push the seat down. And as you can see down here, a very good point to mention out. This is a big problem. If you're folding your seat, you still have this massive thing over here that, you know, the leveling is very annoying. Then you have to put like a ramp to fix it up if you want to do it. So that's a problem you should definitely care or consider. I'm gonna see how long this thing is. 130 centimeters estimated. Quite long, not too bad. I guess that's how this car is. All right. Something I really want to mention about this car is when you actually shift it into reverse, and say you're on a downhill. As you can see, I'm in reverse. I got a reverse cam and rear light is on. If I lift my foot off the brake a little bit, it starts rolling forward, which is kind of scary. As soon as I lift apparently it didn't stop. I lifted my foot completely off the brake, and it is still going forward. See, I'm going to demonstrate it again. I'm going to shift it in P. Put it back in reverse. Oh, there I go, reverse. I'm going to lift my foot off the brake. It doesn't go back. I have to accelerate myself for it to go back. It's kind of a big problem because this car is supposed to have some sort of, you know, what do you call it? The ability to crawl forward, which is kind of crazy because this thing doesn't do that, and instead it just crawls, crawling towards the direction you have the gear, and this one doesn't do it. In this hill over here, I really have to accelerate for some reason. It's kind of weird, you know, it's kind of such a weird experience. It is the same thing for front. If you also, if I put it in front, now this is a downhill towards forward, so it will work now. If I shift it reverse, it still continues going forward. It is a kind of weird thing. I don't know why this car has this issue. All right, so this one is 113 horsepower, and it has an electric motor with it's front-wheel drive, and it has a battery of 44 kilowatt hour. And so if you want to charge this thing from 20% to 80% with a 100 kilowatt charger, it will take around 26 minutes. If you want to charge it with a 7 kilowatt charger, it will take around 4 hours. And if you want to charge it with a 11 kilowatt charger, it will take around 3 hours. So it can still charge fast charging. 100 kilowatt is actually really reasonable charging speed. So I guess it is not too bad. So I would highly recommend you to buy this car if you're looking for a cheap and spacious car with low consumption. And if you like electric, then this is the perfect choice for you because it starts at a very low price. And if you really want to have some extra like parking sensors and those security things like heated seats and a little bit of interior, because this screen is actually not standard, which is kind of crazy because not having a screen standard in a car, it is just unusual. And I would highly recommend you go for the highest trim so to get the most out of this car. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button. If you didn't, well, I hope I can make it better for you, and make sure to leave your review or leave your opinion about this car and my videos so I can, of course, match your desires. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, and if you would like to, you can also recommend me to your friends or people you know who would also get to know these cars. And I am always trying to improve my videos, even with your suggestions. So I would really love to get suggestions from everyone. So make sure to suggest your car that you want to see next, and I will always make sure that I will reach your desires. Stay tuned.